Before building this sailboat, I had only been on a sailboat twice. This is day sailing with a friend. And then the next day he said, hey, here's the rope to the boat, go out and sail it. And I said, what? He goes, yeah, you know how to sail it. You watched me, right? And I go, no. So I didn't know how to make a sailboat, so I just read up on it. I dreamed a lot about it. And, well, my dreams came to fruition because that's the way I dreamed them. So I just want to let you know that you don't got to be a sailing expert to build a sailboat. You know, mine turned out kind of nice. And we're not going too fast now. Not much wind. But, sails good downwind, which we're doing now. It sails good upwind, too. Got centerboard and all the things that the sailor guys say you need on a boat, right? And I looked through all their crap and found out what I wanted. Put it together, built it, and it worked. So you can do it too. And this is my dream, and if you want to dream this dream, be my guest. Join the website. Okay, here we are sailing fairly well downwind. A little bit of wind. I mean, it's okay. I mean, we're going somewhere and the sail's working fine. And hey, it's a sailboat. This is the first time out. Everything seems to be working pretty well. There's some few hardware things that I don't quite like. Some arrangement of the deck lines and what so forth. We're doing pretty good. She handles upwind fairly well too. Although I haven't had much wind, this is the most wind I've had. And hey, you know what? That's pretty nice to me. Well, I've had my bottle of wine cooler. And now I'm heating up water for a cup of tea before going to bed. Been a long day. A lot of sailing done today. The wind picked up today pretty good. Learned a lot. And so I had my dinner, had my wine cooler, I had my tea, and it's another day tomorrow out in Thailand. My new sailboat. You know, I was just thinking that out here is about as far as you can get from urban life. And how much nicer it is out here. My best friend is an urbanite. I feel sorry for him often. Yeah, I was thinking about the people working in their offices up on the upteenth floor, picking away on their little plastic electronic gadgets, trying to get dominion over someone else for personal gain. And what do they really get for all their schemes? Someone gets something and someone suffers. This is a Buddhist thing, of course. The two things which you should overcome in your life: desire and fear. Speaking about overcoming your fears, on the right hand side of this picture is an old shack, an old bamboo raft. People around here don't go over there. They say sometimes at night they're flickering lights. It's been abandoned for years. They say sometimes at twilight they see an old man cutting the heads off a fish and throwing both the fish and the heads in the river. Well, it seems like a harmless ghost story, right? Well, what about the real fears? The real fears inside of you, in your psyche. And I wonder how this ghost and the ghost in the mind, the ghost in the psyche, are related.
Hạc ฉันบินไปได้ดังนกฉันจะบินไปในนภา
Well, we're sitting around the campfire, you and I, so I thought I'd tell you a story. Well, actually the truth. I was tied up today up the lake, and it was looking a little windy, like a storm. Well, I'd hoping for some wind for a long time now. And so I thought, well, hey, I better get down to my campsite, like I normally think. And then I untied myself and head downwind. And I should have been more aware. You know, you get caught in the following sea and, you know, bad things happen. But anyhow, I took off and had too much cargo fore, and then the bow started plowing in, and I was back on the tiller, and there wasn't much I could do about it, and I can't let go of the tiller. I'd really be in a mess then. So I just white-knuckled it out, as they say, the adrenaline pumping, and I shot all the way down the length of the lake, and I beached her and hauled down the sail. It's one of those humbling experiences in one's life. It takes a beer to come down from. So I'm sitting here with my brew, telling the story. You know, when I was out there, I could have swear I heard Mother Nature laughing at me. You know, it really wasn't nicer to do that.พักที่ไหนพักที่ไหนอ่ะโน่นเหรออ๋อมีบ้านโน่นอ่ะบ้านเป็นแผลเปล่า Well, I'm sitting here in the rain under my umbrella here. It's not raining very hard. Thinking about frogs. Well, the frogman just left. You know, that guy in the long tail that collects the frogs, yeah. And I was thinking about those spitting frogs they have here. Frogs that spit poison into your eye, supposedly. Well, they actually can. You've probably seen that on National Geographic. Oh, my son, he's definitely afraid of those things. Doesn't bother me a bit, though. Although I wouldn't want to get that stuff in my eye. But he seems to have a natural fear for them. There we go with the fear thing again. I wonder if it's something in his psyche. Perhaps he has a fear to take a jump into a new adventure, something that might be profitable to his life in some manner. Yeah, that's it. You know, someday I'm going to have a long talk with that boy. Someday. I'm worried about the frogman. Just watch him putter away on his long-tail boat. He's off to sell his frogs to the market. And I'm wondering how long the price of petrol is going to allow him to sell his frogs in the market. You know, it's got to be tough. I mean, it's going to be tough for the guy to get by because of the cost of gas. Unless they raise the price of frogs in the market, that is. And nobody wants that. There'll be no frogs at the dinner table. Which brings us to the point of sustainability. I mean, where's the hydrogen? You know they've been making hydrogen since the 1920s? There's hundreds of ways to make hydrogen. Hydrogen is the most abundant thing around. I mean, just look at it. It's right out there in the water, huh? This water right here is full of hydrogen. It's not going to hurt anything to take it out of it. So why aren't we doing it? Oh, everybody knows. Everybody's got their money invested in petrochemicals. The world runs on petrochemicals. It has since the Industrial Revolution. People demanded petrochemicals for their cars. I mean, it's the past. We're basing the present on the dead fossilized remains of plant life from the far distant past. I mean, we're living off the remains of the past. Why not base the future on what's available to us today? Hydrogen, wind, sun. I mean, it's the way to go. The bamboo rainforest in the dry season. Seems a little hot today out in the sun, so I thought I'd cook myself some dinner outside. Oh, that fire's hot. Gee, I like to sell these Walker Tongue gas fire stoves. They work real good. I don't want to tell you what's cooking inside there. Not for the Western stomach. But for Thai people, oh, it's going to be tasty.